after your 10th grade year, you ended up being the number one tight end in the nation. How many catches did you have? Tell everybody, when you were the number one tight end in the nation, when they named you that, you caught how many balls?
I don't know the exact number, but I mean, it wasn't a lot, though.
9 balls.
Oh, wow.
No, 9 footballs he caught and was the number one tight end in the nation. But ask him this, Elyiss, so when we started this recruiting thing, I told you were the number one what?
He was like jumbo athlete. Yeah.
Jumbo athlete in the country. So jumbo athlete means I could play any of the big positions. And he chose tight end. He ain't understand it. He's like, I'm the number one tight end. But if he would have chose D end, I think he would have been the number one D end in the country also. Welcome to the Off the Floor podcast. What is off the floor? Off the floor is a mentality. You're either eating off the floor, which is hunger, or you're getting off the floor, which is a bounce back. We all go through that in life. And we'll be discussing this today with 2 top athletes, one headed to Georgia and one headed to Cincinnati. Today is our very first show, our very first podcast. I want y'all to introduce yourselves.
My name is Elyiss Williams, committed to Georgia.
My name is Zachary Taylor, and I'm committed to University of Cincinnati.
Okay. Well, we're going to get into some of your early years of, let's go to Zachary. Well, I'm going to start with you, Zachary, because you were a Navy brat, right?
I am.
So how many places have you lived?
I was born in Italy.
Wow.
I lived in New Orleans, Japan, California, Washington State, Virginia, Georgia. So 8 places.
So in all those 8 places, right, do you think it made you a better, well-rounded person?
I say so. Yeah, I say because when you come from like a different place, you meet different people, hitting adversity. So it's like, especially when it comes to like sports, you're not on a team your whole life, or like with the same people your whole life. So it's like when you move around and you're like interconnected with other people, you learn different skills, new skills that better you for like the next.
Okay, now to you, Elyiss.
I started off in Camden County. I went to Keys Elementary School, and then I had moved in like 4th grade. That's when I went to Folsom. So I went there a couple years and met a lot of people. Still got some of my dogs down there and talk to my boys on the daily.
Okay. Tell me this, and as far as when you were small playing sports, were you the best player always on the team?
My brother was on the team, so no.
Your brother?
Yeah.
And who's your brother?
Ethan Taylor, but he doesn't play sports anymore. He was really good at soccer, but he broke his leg in 2 places.
Wow.
And then he just went to the University of Virginia just to focus on academics.
Wow. Elyiss, how about you?
I say I was like the biggest, but I had red tape, so I got like.
You had what?
They had to find something for me. The little red tape. You can't run the ball or nothing.
Oh, because you was too big.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw some pictures of you. You guys won the state?
Oh yeah, All-Stars. We went to state. That was that year with
That was Camden All-Stars.
Yeah.
Who all was on the team?
Shoot, you got Jamarly Riddle, Shamarion, all them boys. We was all in there.
Wow, yeah. Wow. How old were you then?
I believe I was probably like 9. I think it was 9.
You were
10.
younger. You were younger than them.
Yeah, they're younger.
But you were bigger than all of them.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I got pictures of that. I'm gonna make sure we get those pictures up. So, moving from Little League into middle school. Okay, in middle school, how was it? Where were you at in middle school at that time?
Middle school, it started in Washington State.
Wow.
And then I moved during COVID. Like right as COVID hit, I moved to Virginia.
Wow.
And then
where at in Virginia?
I was in Chesapeake, Virginia. I went to Grassville High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you to Camden County?
My dad's in the military, but also so we had a choice between going to Jacksonville and going to Camden County, but my mom was like,
well, we're going to start with the mama thing real quick. We're going to leave that alone because we're going to connect this thing. We're going to connect this thing. Okay, your middle school years were in Folkestone.
Yeah, I went to Bethune Middle School. I played like running back, receiver, quarterback.
Running back at 6 foot?
Yeah, I played everything back
Wow. How was that, though? How was that experience?
I say it was pretty funny experience going against Camden and St. Mary's in the years. So I had fun.
Did y'all beat them?
We beat them my 7th grade. Yeah, we weren't undefeated, but we didn't beat them my 8th grade though.
Okay. And all right, now we're gonna get to that. I want to get to that part because tell them about your family and how you ended up here. Go ahead.
Okay, so my dad's in the military. He's been in the military for almost, I think, 30 years.
Wow.
And when we were coming from Virginia, the option was Jacksonville or Camden, Georgia. And I used to come out here and visit sometimes when I was younger, but my mom was like, oh, yeah, family down here, everything like that, so it's going to be better. So I was like, we're just going to go to Camden County. And then when I came to Camden, it was like, saw a bunch of my cousins, everything,
Wow.
met new cousins. It was just like really family, everything.
And so you moved before he moved. Were you here before him?
No, he was here before me.
Oh, okay. So you said that your mom knew his mom.
They did. They do know each other. My mom knows like practically everybody.
Wow, that is crazy. And so, all right, so let's say high school, your first few years, how many years you played in Virginia?
I played 2 years. I played my freshman and sophomore year.
Okay, what was that like?
My freshman year, I was a starter on JV, but I also like did reps with varsity, and then I got in. It was like against Indian River my freshman year, and then sophomore year we got a new coach because our team previously went 1-9, and then our coach got vetoed out, and then we got a new coach, and then we went 1-9 again there. So
tell me this: what was the quality of football in Virginia?
It's definitely like football oriented, but like in comparison to Camden, it's not family football oriented. I say that
Compared to Georgia football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Elyiss. Same question to you.
Wait, hold on, what was the question again?
I'm saying from moving from playing. How many years you played over in Folkestone?
I played
in Charlton
2,
County.
my freshman and sophomore year.
Freshman. What was that like?
It was pretty crazy. I remember the games. We used to go against Clinch. That was probably the biggest game.
Oh, I can remember the Clinch game. Before the game, you told me, you said we hadn't beat Clinch. I'm gonna beat them. I'm gonna beat them. That's the best game I ever seen you play. No, I'm being honest. That's the best game that I ever seen you play because you played both sides of the ball. You were affecting both sides. Not both sides of the ball. Let's say special teams also, because I think you blocked the kick in that game. And that's when I kind of knew you were really, really special because I used to tell you anyway, like, I think you're good. But so those 2 years, they were really good years?
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball too now.
Oh, yeah,
what you did with them over there. You a legend. You are a legend in Charlton County.
Hey, basketball, we handled busy, shout out Coach Bailey, all them boys on that state championship run team. But I just say the endless amount of days we spend in that gym, working, sweating, all that, Sweet 16s, running up and down the court, all practice.
Do you think basketball helped you in football?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why?
I feel like stamina wise too. That's one thing because I feel like basketball is shape and football is shape, 2 different things.
No doubt. And let's get into some recruiting part of this thing. So when did your recruiting kick up?
It happened before I came here to Georgia and Virginia. I was talking to Hampton, Virginia Tech, UVA, Norfolk State, ODU. And then I moved, and they said like we were still in contact, but it like stopped. And then when I came here, I didn't really talk to many coaches. And then I got an offer from Kentucky Christian University for shot put, but they said I could play football too. But then I got my first offer. I was in the hospital. It was like May 9th. I think it was May 9th. And that was from Tuskegee. And then after, it was like a bunch of HBCUs. And then once Cincinnati offered me, it was like bigger schools started talking to me, like Navy, Army, Citadel, UVA, Virginia Tech, ODU, and Baylor too.
So what's your size?
6'4", 305.
Say that again?
6'4", 305.
And what are they talking about playing you at? Where are they talking about playing you?
They want me to put me at interior, so at guard.
Okay.
Or possibly center.
You think you can do it?
Yeah, I know I could do it.
Okay. So Elyiss Williams, I can remember seeing you when you was in the 8th grade, and you came to a little place, the Grill, and I'm saying you came with your dad, and he was saying something about your recruiting or whatever, getting started in Folkestone or whatever, and I told him, I said, look, I can help him out. I say, it don't matter where he's at. He can stay where he's at. I said, let me see him. And listen, he was in 8th grade, and this kid was 6'5" or 6'4", 6'5", whatever. And we stood, back to back and, everything. And I was like, man, he can be really great. At that moment, when I told you that, did you believe that?
I would say nah, because I don't know, it was just different back then. I say, I ain't believe it though, nah.
Right, and watching you play basketball was even bigger for me because I was able to see you, back and forth. Man, listen, you two guys got some like real good genes. Your granddaddy was a baller. Your granddaddy was a baller. I think on both sides. I don't know, but I'm just saying y'all got really good genes. But Elyiss, you blew up. You blew up. I mean, you blew up, but do you remember the very first time you visited a college, and what was that like? When you looked at yourself and you looked at those guys, when we went to South Carolina, what did you say?
Hey, it was crazy. They was built. I looked like a twig compared to them, I ain't gonna lie, but it was just a good experience. That South Carolina game was pretty.
But tell me this, did it give you a vision of where you needed to be?
Yes, sir.
Did it make you work harder?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a moment like that? Did you see somebody? Did you go somewhere where you saw these people and you said, "Man, I gotta get bigger. I gotta get stronger"? Was it an opponent or something that you ended up dealing with?
It was really just playing football. Really, I watched some, and then it was like it's like something I knew I wanted to do. And then it was like going against people as well. Because I remember my sophomore year, we had a scrimmage, and the first person I went against was a 5-star DN. And it was like, I mean, yeah, he beat me, but it's like, yeah, I'm not letting nobody beat me no more.
But you came back with a next rep competition, yeah. knowing the level of competition. If you went against a 5-star as a sophomore, you said you was a sophomore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And was he a senior?
Yeah, he was a senior.
So you knew you could compete from that point on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. That's big. Elyiss, man, so you ended up after your 10th grade year, you ended up being the number 1 tight end in the nation. How many catches did you have? Tell everybody, when you were the number 1 tight end in the nation, when they named you that, you caught how many balls?
I don't know the exact number, but I mean, it wasn't a lot though.
9 balls.
Oh, wow.
No, 9 footballs he caught and was the number 1 tight end in the nation. But ask him this, Elyiss, so when we started this recruiting thing, I told you were the number 1 what?
He was like jumbo athlete. Yeah.
Jumbo athlete in the country. So jumbo athlete means I could play any of the big positions. And he chose tight end. He ain't understand it. He's like, I'm the number 1 tight end. But if he would have chose D end, I think you would have been the number 1 D end in the country also. You guys, both of you guys, potential is way up there. Believe me, I done seen it. I done seen what it looked like. And your potential is way up there. But so coming to Camden County, how was it for you? What was it, a blessing? Was it a curse? What was it?
I'll say it's a blessing and a curse. When I first got here, I hated here.
Why?
I don't know. It just wasn't, because where I live, like moving it like military, it was like city.
Yes.
And this is straight country.
Yes.
And it was like nothing to do here.
Yes.
And it's like everyone just did like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like my first year, I like kind of just stayed in the house really. And it was just like, I don't know, it was just boring. I just didn't like it.
I could remember the first time dealing with you. You came to one of the leaderships, remember? And we talked. And I asked you, I was like, are you fitting in? How do you feel? You was like, I'm getting better, whatever. And I told you, I said, the more that you get, the more that you hear, the better that you can do something. I said, you can't start a job and be great at it.
Right.
You have to keep doing it. And you took that well. And I watched you grow over these 2 years, and you've done a great job leading, not only playing football, just leading the younger guys and all that other stuff. And so go ahead and finish what you were saying about being here.
That's really it. I mean, it's better now, but I mean, I'm ready to go, though.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Ready to get to Cincinnati?
Very ready.
Okay, Elyiss, you, after your sophomore year, after leading Charlton County to almost state championship in basketball, your mom moved back over to Camden because you lived here before, and then she moved over here. And how was it?
I say it was pretty crazy. You know, I ain't used to seeing like the amount of students we had like, in Camden because you know, Folsom, it's like everybody know everybody. So I just feel like my first days here, I was like, man, it's a lot of people, and school is huge. I was like, man. But I mean, I already knew people down here because I mean, I used to live down here, so I still knew a couple people. But yeah, most of the time I was in the house. Though.
Did it help you though? Do you think it's helping you going forward from jumping from 1A football or maybe 2A? What were you? 1A football to 7 last year, now it's 6. Do you think not just the competition of football, but like you said, like seeing something bigger? Just think if he moved over to Folkestone when he came from the cities. I mean, I don't know if he could have done it.
I mean, a whole bunch of my family's there.
Right, but I'm talking about, you said there's nothing to do here.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing to do with Folkestone.
But there's less. There's less to do. I ain't going to say there's nothing. There's less to do.
There's nothing to do
okay, well, you said it. but I'm saying, like, so do you think the move helped you as far as not just football, as far as, like, you finna go off the UGA, you finna go off the Cincinnati. Do you think the move was a good move for you?
I say yeah, cause like I know when I was in Folsom, I used to see like who can and play like all them big schools and stuff. So I used to be like, man, I want to go against them too. So like I just feel like it's bigger football. I say everybody in it. I say in the crowds way bigger.
And I want to say this since I have the mic: Folkestone is little brother, Camden is big brother. That's just how I feel. And if nobody don't like it, I have the mic. Thank you. Hey, but anyway, getting back to what we're talking about. So competition on the field, how was that? You first.
In Virginia, it was some competition. Yeah, really. It's like the schools we played, like our biggest.
But you were 1-9 and 1-9, so wow.
Yeah, when you like look at it, it's like I feel like we could have went further if we had more players on our team, only because we had no depth chart, and it's like the same people starting on offense or the same people starting on defense. And it's like, it's hard to do both and like be a whole team at once. But at the same time, there wasn't enough love of football because we had a bunch of players transfer out.
Okay, right there. Tell me this. How does it feel being with other people that don't feel the way that you feel about the sport that you love and trying to get it done? How much of a drain is that for someone?
It's like really bad. I say that because if we weren't gonna move, I was gonna transfer schools.
Right.
And it just got to a point where it's like I still have the same people that go to that school that still play for the team that are younger and they're like, yeah, I have to go because it's like they see the point. It got to a point where it's like there's no more love for the game. It's like people are just putting the shoulder pads on. People are just wearing the jersey, and it's like the school itself, like comparing like Camden to Grassfield. Like the school was like against the football team. Like everyone was against the football team.
Wow.
And it was like no matter if like the one game we won, they were still against us. And it was like it was real bad. But it's like here, it's like win, lose, draw. We were just always a family.
So tell me this: if you stayed there, if you would have stayed there, where would your mentality be? Seriously, I mean, because let me tell you something: losing and being in a defeated mode man, that's a hard thing to fight as a kid. We all been kids. We all been, whatever. And man, that's a hard. If you live in a house where it's a defeated, attitude there, it's hard to get out of. So think about staying there. How you think you would have came out? What school you would have went to from there? I'm just being, just trying to.
Me, I was planning on going to either Western Branch or Oscar Smith.
Right. Well, yeah, Oscar Smith is a good school. But I'm saying if you stayed at your own school.
If I stayed at my own school, I think I'd continue with football. But at the same time, I wouldn't put my main focus to football. It would be mostly on track, shot and discus. But, yeah.
That's good. How about you? Like the move over here, comparing the football to the football, like you said, you wanted a bigger stage, or to test yourself to see how good you really was. They named you the number 1 tight end, but you had 9 catches. But who did you have the 9 catches against? I'm just saying, you were doubting yourself as far as could you do it, and I think other people in the nation was saying, well, who is he playing? But football down here is football. Like, I think Clinch County and Charlton County, when they go at each other, Irwin, Brooks County, all these guys, they get it in. I mean, they going to hit you in the mouth. But what was it like having more guys out on the field and having to play against those guys? How did that do for you?
I say it improved my game a lot. I say going against opponents my size, that's like pretty strong. And I just feel like playing better competition. That's like the main thing I was talking about in Fulton. Like, I wanted to go against like people like that, like better competition. I say better teams, like people who actually like take football serious. I say.
Okay.
So when I came down here, it was like different. I liked it.
You know what I love though? You guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but you guys both of y'all have played for 3 different head coaches. You played at your school, he played at his school. You came in under Jeff Herron, and you left out under Travis Rowland. Tell me how hard it is, and not just the head coach. You played for different coaching staffs. How is that?
It's not hard.
No?
No, it's like because I moved around, because I've been around different people, it's like the adversity I'm able to handle. And it's like, it's just going in and getting one job done. And it's like, you either get better or you don't. And it's like taking the coaching and criticism the way you would want to get better.
That's good, man. You coming from a Navy family, a naval family, really helps you. It really helps you in the way that you look at life. Now, you having 3 different coaches, how was that?
It really wasn't no effect on me. I say, like Zach said, just adversity. Ain't nobody gonna care. You got a new coach. The other teams ain't gonna care. Still going.
That's good. Y'all got some good. If I say this to you guys, eat it off the floor. You just gotta eat it off the floor. What does that mean to you guys? Because that's the mentality that you have to have. You have to just eat it off the floor mentality. If you're hungry enough, you will eat it off the floor. But if you already got everything, you probably won't eat it off the floor. But the eat it off the floor mentality will take you further than the I'm good, if you understand what I'm saying. So what does that mean to you? If I tell you, say, eat it off the floor. You remember when you was little and nobody was looking and you was eating off the floor all the time? Both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I really say take what you can get, but also from what you get, learn from what you get, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. I really have to summon like those words because, like you said, it's like if you're hungry enough, you'll get it. But at the same time, if there's no plate on the ground for you, you'll get that plate yourself.
Right. So look, eat it off the floor could be spelled with Floor or FLOW. Now, if I say eat it off the flow, what does that mean?
Wait, say that question again.
I said it could be spelled FLOR or FLOW.
Eat off the floor. Eat off the go. Okay. I don't really know how to interpret that because it's like
okay, I'll give you a shot. I'll give you a shot at it.
Shoot. I mean, I say
eating off the floor first, like off the floor.
Off the floor, like
yeah.
FLO.
Yeah.
Okay. I just say if you hungry, go get it. That's what I say. You gonna go get it if you hungry. That's all.
Okay, now eat it.
Eat off the
the flow. Like things are flowing. Eat it within the system. Oh. That's what I'm meaning. Like you eat it within the system. You don't stray away from what's going on with the team. You can just eat it off the floor. You don't have to raise your hand and say, "Oh, I'm the guy." I'm just making plays. Well, hey, look, I ain't crying about the plays. When the plays come my way, I'm just making plays. And you two guys have shown over the past 2 years I've watched that signee, you should be. Signee, you should be. Cincinnati is getting what type kid?
I think they're getting a great person, a really dedicated person, and someone that doesn't just look for doesn't look for the camera. Someone that just likes to grind, like get at it.
So what should the people, the Bearcat Nation, look forward to when Zach Taylor gets there? Zachary Taylor.
They should look for someone that puts a smile on their face and just works hard what they do. Someone that just keeps God in their hands and their arms the whole time.
That's good. That's good. Elyiss Williams, Dog Nation. These folks are waiting for Elyiss Williams. I see it all on the internet, all this, you the next coming of whoever. But are you the next coming of whoever, or are you Elyiss Williams, and what should they look forward to? Because this is what I know. I told him as a 9th grader that he was the #1 jumbo athlete in the country, and I still stand on it. His potential is off the roof charts. I promise you. I mean, this man here sees him every day in practice, and he does some stuff that you wouldn't believe a 6. How tall are you?
You can say 6'7".
6'7". How much you weigh?
245.
245 kid shouldn't be doing, but this kid shows up, and both of these kids show up. But what is the Georgia Bulldog Nation? What are they getting in Elyiss Williams?
I say someone who just laid back, and I don't say too much. I'm just gonna go to work.
You don't say too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people may say you might talk. You out here, being quiet. But how about leadership? What type of leadership you guys bringing?
I say I bring the same as I did throughout my entire high school career. I probably won't be the last, but it's at the same time, I'm gonna uplift everyone. Whether it's like when we did our running, for example, how we were going back and forth with offense and defense, it's really at the end of the day, we're one team. And it's if we just, how someone once told me, if you have one cancer on the team, everyone's gonna get the cancer. And it's I try to find the barrier between all odds, just keep going from there.
And what type of leader are you?
I say, I used to work with the receivers. Well, I was used to be with the receivers. I just say it was a level, a standard. Cause I'm all this rah, but I ain't dropping no ball in practice. You shouldn't be dropping no ball. Coach don't get on to me just like you get on to you. Right. So I just feel that just made my teammates around me play better, try to play to a higher level. And
when y'all say teammates, I want to go into who's some of the best players you played against. If you know their names or anything, you should know their name. If they're one of the best players that you played against, it could be in practice, it could be anywhere. Who are some of the best players that you've played against?
Because I can't remember the names,
right?
I just say the best person I went against in practice was myself.
Okay.
But if I had to name players off the team, Chunky, Quan, definitely. I can't wait to see them.
Who is Chunky? What's Chunky's name?
It's
it's Jacarius.
Yeah, Jacarius Hosendorf, and then I can't.
That's okay.
No, Daquan Edwards. There
Daquan Edwards. Listen, this is a recruiting show. These guys are going off to school, but these young guys that they're talking about, we talking about 2 sophomores that started at the highest level of 6A football. there's gonna be some dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
No, they're gonna be some dogs.
Definitely.
Like, and those are the guys that's gonna come on this show after this. But they need to see the level of input and the level of stress that you went through to get to this, and saw every day in practice what you guys did, because some people follow and then some people are trailblazers. You guys are trailblazers. And for that, you don't just carry your family off to school, man, you carry these dudes like they look up to y'all. No, these dudes look up to y'all. The ones that you play with and the little kids, they look up to y'all. And so, man, so who are some of the guys you
I'm gonna give it a DC and X. I say when we used to go against them in practice like team. I can't wait to see them boys turn into the leaders next year.
And who is DC?
DC, David Coleman, 2026.
And X is Xavier?
Yeah, Xavier Brown.
Okay. But how about opponent? What opponent did you win against? Now, old boy, Joshua Moon, ain't that his name? Joshua.
You talking about from, I need to talk about.
South Broward.
Yeah, West Broward.
West Broward.
Yeah.
Was he tough?
I mean, yeah, I give it to him. It was a pretty tough matchup, but I mean.
You got the best of him, but I'm just saying, was that a tough matchup? What other matchups did you have that you think that were pretty tough?
I don't know if I say matchups. I mean, I got double teamed the whole time, but I say Todd. It's always pretty tough playing him when he had quarterback before.
Todd Robinson.
Yeah, before he got hurt, he ran all.
Todd Robinson is another Georgia Bulldog commit from Valdosta, and yeah, he was special. It was special. Y'all heard him, and that hurt them.
Yeah.
I think the coach should have put him out earlier, and if he did, they would have been better off. But so what about somebody that plays your position, that plays the same position, wide receiver, tight end, DN, whatever, that you see on that's coming up that's going to be, now, it don't have to be on your team, because Big Hezzy is a bad boy. We'll talk about Hezzy in a minute. That's my guy. And but who are some of the guys that you see? But who's a guy that needs to step up and that you think that can take it to the next level, where schools will come in and take a look at them?
I say 2 offensive linemen. It would be James Campbell and then Spencer Starnes, definitely.
Who? Spencer
Starnes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big is he?
He's about 6'2", 6'3", and Super's about 6'2", 6'3".
So you think as another athlete that these two guys could be D1 players?
I do.
That's big.
I think anybody could be D1 just off their mindset. But at the end of the day, it's like
measurables.
Yeah.
You still have to have the measurables. Now D1 ain't the end of football. Now, right. You can go D2 and then transfer up. You just got to do what you got to do.
Definitely.
We had a kid, Samar J. Parker. He was at a D2 school. They told him he wasn't good enough, like even there, and he's at Mississippi State now.
Yeah, I trained with him.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy. And it's amazing. Like, he went in June. We'll talk about that. He went in June from transfer portal to Mississippi State. That don't happen. That's special. Now for you, Sean Green, you got other guys. Is there any other guys besides Sean Green? Let's talk about Sean Green, but is there any other wide receivers that you see that could be?
I'm going to say Jeremiah Bass, number 38. He probably get like a different number next year, but I just feel like when he got to get his confidence. Cause
what grade he in?
He going to be a senior next year.
Okay.
So I feel like confidence was like the main thing with him this year. He always used to get on himself a lot, and I just feel like he need to let that go. And
have you ever talked to him about it? Have y'all ever talked? Even like Soup, have you talked to these guys about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I talk to him about it all the time. Like we used to be in a game. I try to make him comfortable. I used to be laughing, trying to have a good time.
Right.
Make some of them boys make them like loosen up because they be like tight in the game. So I be like, man, y'all boys have fun, stuff like that.
So Sean Green, what's his ceiling? What y'all think his ceiling is? Because both of y'all played with him on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that boy a baller. Probably the best sophomore I've seen.
Fast.
Like fast and catch.
I'm talking
jump.
fast.
Yeah. Hey, so I enjoyed talking with you guys tonight, man. I'm proud of you guys. Dude, you come a long way. You come a long way. I mean, and I just think the sky's the limit. I think Cincinnati is getting a guy that probably don't have the stars that the other guys got, but you got the right mentality. Mentality is everything. Mentality is everything. Your potential is off the charts. And I told you that. I don't give young guys no credit. After your 10th grade year, I told you, I said, man, you're probably the best I've seen. Like, for real, potentially. And your mentality is totally different. People don't understand. I called you up after you played, I think, the 3 7-footers at that school. I called you up. I said, man, what you put it on, da, 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 da. You told me, you said, I just want to win. People don't understand. Some people just want to win. It don't matter about who gets the credit for the win. You just want to win. You do whatever it takes to win. And for that, I know you have that same mentality. And for that, you guys, I think you're gonna be very successful in what you did. And I appreciate you guys being on this show tonight, whatever it is. Being the first guys that I did this with. I've done recruiting shows before, never a podcast, and I've been in this thing for over like 15 years, and I know what it looked like. And you two guys is what it looked like, and even more. Like, you're gonna be special. You're gonna be really special. You're gonna be really special. You're gonna start off at the bottom. Don't let that discourage you. You're gonna start off at the bottom. They gotta do that. They already paying them other guys. You getting paid, but they paying them other guys too. And when you come in, you start at the bottom. Don't let the bottom stop you. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever let the bottom stop you, because you just keep climbing. Keep climbing. And when you get there, eat it off the flow. Eat it off the flow. Don't ever think that you already arrived. Even when you do arrive, eat it off the floor. That's it for me.